Hello, welcome to my kitchen. Today I'm making an Italian meringue. This is a meringue that's going to top the coconut cream pie that my husband has requested. There's nothing prettier than a beautiful piled high meringue, but if we're all honest, they're just not that flavorful. This is a denser type meringue that tastes like a toasted marshmallow, and it is so good. If you will try this, I promise you, you'll never make the other kind of meringue again. An Italian meringue uses basically the same ingredients, but the difference is we're going to make a simple syrup and then we're going to add it to our egg whites. And my syrup consists of 1 cup of sugar, a half of a cup of water, and then a tablespoon of Karo syrup. Now I'm going to give this a stir. This is really an easy recipe, and believe me when I say it's worth the extra step of cooking the syrup and adding it to your egg whites. Now I've got my heat on a medium high. I've got the temperature setting to a 7, and what I'm going to do is bring this up to a boil, and I'm going to cook it until the temperature reaches 250 degrees. Now let's talk about the egg white part of this meringue. I've got 3 egg whites. My recipe for my coconut cream pie calls for the egg yolks, so I'm using my egg whites to make the meringue. My goodness, I don't want any part of the egg to go to waste. They're so expensive right now. I'm adding a teaspoon of meringue powder. You can get this at craft stores. Most grocery stores carry this now. If you don't have meringue powder, then add cream of tartar. I've just stopped using cream of tartar altogether since I found the meringue powder. It stabilizes things so much better. There's no weeping from your meringues, and it is basically fail-proof, which I definitely love. Now, I'm going to turn my mixer on low speed and get that meringue powder blended into my egg whites. And then I'm going to mix this on high speed until nice stiff peaks form. My egg whites look perfect, and my syrup is just about to come up to temperature. I've added my candy thermometer, and you just want to make sure when you put your thermometer in your syrup mixture that you're actually measuring your syrup and not the bottom of your pan. Now, I would not recommend that you use a hand mixer at home. If you have a standing mixer, then use that. We'll see how developed my coordination skills are. I'm going to turn my mixer on high speed and add my syrup nice and slow. That wasn't as bad as I thought. Now, I'm going to continue mixing this for just a few minutes, maybe 2 or 3 minutes. The syrup has cooked these egg whites. That's another reason why I love this meringue. You're cooking it before you're putting it on your pie. Now, this is going to thicken up, and I'm just going to mix it until it cools. This looks perfect. It's still warm. It doesn't have to cool off completely. You'll just know the feel of your mixer as it starts thickening up. Now I've got a little bit of vanilla. You can use just regular vanilla extract, but I've got some clear vanilla extract because I want to keep this pretty white color. And I'm adding about a teaspoon to this. Now, I just want to give this a good stir. Oh, isn't this beautiful? It's so glossy and white. And let's see how this tastes. that's so good. It tastes like a melted marshmallow. Yum. Now, to put it on my pie. I've had my pie in the refrigerator. I made this yesterday, and it's chilled. And like I said, this meringue has already been cooked. That syrup cooks those egg whites up, and if you want to, you can serve it just like this. This does not have to go into the oven. Now, I've got a spoon. I want to get all of that off. I want every bit of it on my pie. Now, to get that pretty swoops and swirls, just take the back of your spoon and start twisting and turning. And I'm going to bring this all the way out to the edges of my pie crust. This isn't going to shrink up like the old-fashioned meringue because, again, we've already cooked it. So this will stay put. Now I'm taking my spoon and I'm just making nice dips. Yum. Oh, that's so good. Now I have a little bit of coconut since it is a coconut cream pie, and I'm going to sprinkle the sweetened coconut right on top. Now you can serve this pie just like it is. You don't have to cook it, but I want it to have that traditional look that meringues often have with just that little bit of browning. So I have my oven on broil, and I'm going to put this in the oven and I'm going to let it sit under that broiler for about 30 seconds to a minute. Now you want to watch this really close because there's a fine line in brown and burnt. Now if you're not comfortable with using your broiler, then you can bake this at 375 for about 10 minutes. But let me show you how fast and easy the broiler is. Look at this beautiful pie. Now, like I said, there is a fine line between browned and burnt. And I started washing dishes over there while this was in the oven, and I left it in a tad too long, but that's okay. I love toasted marshmallows. You know what? Just gonna give this a taste. That is so good. It tastes exactly like a toasted marshmallow. I hope that you'll give this recipe a try. It is definitely worth a little bit more trouble that you'll go to. It's absolutely delicious, and I think it's quite beautiful, even if it is just a little brown. Well, I know one person that's going to love it, and that's my husband. He's due to be home in just a minute, and I have a feeling that he's going to want dessert before supper tonight. You're a blessing to me. Thanks so much for watching. Will you press the like button and share this video with your friends? And if you haven't already, subscribe to my Kathy Southern Kitchen page on Facebook and YouTube. Well, I'm going to enjoy another little piece of toasted marshmallow. There's a good possibility before Jimmy gets home that I've picked off the top of this pie. Yum. I'll see you next time.